Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 99 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is a nice day out. It's bright and sunny now. We had a little bit of snow earlier. It's windy, a little bit on the cold side. The weather's everywhere today. There were warnings of potential snow squalls coming through. I think that's all passed and blown through this part of the state right now. I hope it has at least. It is Saturday, February 19th, 2022, and I'm a year older. It was my birthday yesterday, so we went and did a little bit of traveling. We were out of town for a couple days, and we just went on a little mini early weekend. And my husband and I, our schedules are, parts of it are somewhat flexible. So for us, weekends tend to start on a Thursday and finish on Saturday, early partway through the day on Saturday. My husband's a pastor, so he has to work on Sundays. And I'm busiest Monday to Thursday at work. So our weekends are an oddball time. But I'll talk more about what we did towards the end. So I broke down and I have a new cast on, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. I did spend a fair bit of time this past week working on my hiberknitalong, and this one, it's a pair of patterns by Stephen West. One is for a triangular shaped shawl, the other is for a crescent shaped shawl, and I opted to do the crescent, which is called cabled trellis. I cast this on December 26th, 2021, and I'm getting close to done. What happened was, when we were getting ready to leave for our trip, it was too big and bulky, and I didn't want to have to cart around like this big bag with all the yarn and everything in it. So I started something smaller so that I would have something for working on for knitting. So my cable trellis, again, it's a pattern by Stephen West. I'm using US 5mm or 5mm or US 8 needles on this. I have it on my interchangeables and on a longer two cables stuck together, and it's getting big and cumbersome. I'm all tangled up. Oh my goodness. Where's the other end? I have one yarn coming out one end and the other coming out the other end. If you're hearing music in the background, it's not me, it's downstairs. If you can't hear it, don't worry about it, obviously. But anyways, the shawl, it's coming along nicely. Where did I leave off? Oh, don't fall off, guys. So, oh my gosh. This is why I didn't want to haul this with me traveling, because it's just getting big and bulky. And I love it. Where the red marker is down here. So I added quite a few rounds or rows, and right now I have 7 rows left to go and the border. So this should be done next week. I probably will spend most of my time working on this upcoming week, because I really do want to get this finished. But it's coming along nicely, and I really enjoy it. It's a combination of 2 colors, oh my gosh, alternating, and cables. And I don't want to spread it out too much because I don't want everything to come off the needles because I would just cry. So here's pretty much what it's looking like. I love it. The pattern was written to use multiple colors, where I have the tealy green. That part in the actual pattern either uses long gradients or multiple colors. And I opted for just using the white and a single color. And I'm loving it. Like I say, 7 rows and the border. And the border's not outrageous. Is that the right word? The border's not really extravagant. It's a lot of garter and a kind of folded hem type of thing, I think. I haven't looked that far. But this is getting close to done. So I am hoping that by the time I see you in a week, the knitting will be done and the blocking will be done. I really am hoping for that for next week. So stick around and see if that's what I managed to get done. So I'm going to shove it back into this fringe supply bag I have, and then we'll take a look at my new cast on. So I know one of the things I think I had mentioned last week was that I was looking at probably using one of these sport weight yarns to knit a pair of socks. That's what I did. So I have it in this little bag that I bought on Etsy this past week. This was an early This was an early birthday present to me from me. It is a bag by 2am Designs on Etsy. And it's a cute, it's small. It just holds the single ball of yarn or cake of yarn and the project. So, and also right now I have my little wishful thinking. I was hoping to get one sock done while we were away, so I took my darning needles so I could do the Kitchener. But anyway, so I opted to use one of my hand-dyed yarns that was back here. It's in blues, bright blue. It was supposed to be black, but it looks brown. Like it looks like a dark chocolatey brown. And there's some little bits of white that's showing up undyed. So that's a yarn that I dyed myself on a sport weight yarn. And the design, let's hope I don't poke my eye out with this. So here they are. I am making the simple skip socks. SKYP. Say that, skip? Not Skype. Skip. Anyway, simple. I'm going to call them simple skip socks. If I'm pronouncing it completely wrong, someone please correct me. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by I think it was a free pattern. Yeah, it was a free pattern. Pretty sure. Yeah, it was a free pattern. By Adrienne Koo. And I'm using 2.75 millimeter needles, or a US size 2. And I'm making good progress. The leg is done. Heel flap and heel turn is done, and the gusset stitches have been picked up, but I have not started the gusset decreases yet. So it's knitting up really quickly. I knit on it for a while during the day. Yesterday, this morning, a little bit on Thursday afternoon. I made a mistake when I did the heel flap and the heel turn. I goofed up. I didn't rearrange the stitches on the needles for this size correctly. So when I got to the end, I started ready to do the gusset pickups. I realized I had goofed. and I knew it would annoy me to no end. So I pulled the heel turn and heel flap out. I undid it and started over, or started that portion over again. So I redid that. I realized late last night that I goofed it up, and I pulled it out, got the stitches back on the needles, and I re-knit the heel flap and turn this morning before we hit the road. So I'm hoping by the time I see you next week, I will have at least one sock finished, hopefully the second one. I'm knitting the size small. I'm not sure if I'm going to want to keep them for myself because they're sport weight, so they're a little bit thick, but they might be nice for socks to wear around the house in the winter time, or I might give them to my hubby. I haven't decided yet. But the stitch pattern is really neat. If you look down this little bit bluer line, you can kind of see the little bit of a pattern going down here. It's a fun, quick and easy little stitch pattern, and I like it. It's fun to do. I think am I out of, come on, focus. Come on. Woo-hoo. There we go. I think I'm back in focus now. Unless it's just I couldn't see myself quite clearly, but to me I thought it was pretty blurry. So anyway, I haven't decided if these socks will be for me or if they will be for the hubby. It depends on how they fit me. Our feet are a similar size. His legs and ankles are slimmer than mine, and his feet are, I don't want to say skinnier. We wear much the same size shoes. My feet are bigger around, a drop shorter, and his are a little bit narrower. His feet are a little bit narrower than mine and just a little bit longer. In a pinch, we could wear each other's running shoes. They'd be his would be just a drop big on me, and mine would be just a drop small on him. But in a pinch, we could wear each other's running shoes. So I will make them to fit my feet and see what I think of them. And if I don't like them for myself, I will give them to the hubby. Although I'm kind of leaning towards, there's a good chance that he'll get them. I'll decide for sure, but right now there's a pretty good chance that they will be his. Coke Zero. I'm done with tea for the day. It's mid-afternoon. So that's it for my knitting this week. I made good progress on cable trellis, and I'm at about probably easily halfway through the first sock on the Simple Skip socks. So hopefully cable trellis will be done next week. I'm really hoping to get the knitting done in the next few days so I have time to block it and that it's 100% done next week. And then we'll see what kind of progress I make on the socks. We shall see. You'll have to come back in a week and see what I manage. So this past weekend has been a lot of fun. We went away for the weekend, or I would say our quasi weekend. We always call it that, our weekend. We left, what time did we leave? Lunchtime, thereabouts, a little after, between 12 and 1 on Thursday we left. And we just went up to close to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is about hour and 45 minute, 2-hour drive from where we live. We're right in the south end of Pennsylvania, right close to the Maryland border. So it was about an hour and 45 minute drive up there. So we went up went up that way, got to the hotel, checked in a little after, between 3 and 4. Just settled down and relaxed at the hotel for a while. Hubby had a bit of a nap. I started knitting my socks, and then we had plans and we went to see a show at Dinner Theatre, which was right close to the hotel we were staying at. Or we picked the hotel right close to the Dinner Theatre, I should word. That was the direction it went in. And the dinner was very nice. The prime rib was delicious. That's what else we did on Thursday. I knew there was something else we did on Thursday. We went, there's a little coffee shop not far, just a block, not even a block away from us. And they were doing hot chocolate flights where they had 4 different small little samples of hot chocolate in 4 different flavors. So we went and had that, and then came home and finished packing and hit the trail. I knew there was something else we did in the morning. So that was really fun. And then we got to the hotel, vegged out there, went to the Dinner Theatre. The dinner, as I said, the dinner was really nice, and the show was fantastic. It was a 60s music variety show kind of thing. It's called Beehive. It was a lot of fun. The show was really fun. We really enjoyed it. Then we went back to the hotel, vegged out, got to sleep. We just basically spent my birthday. We relaxed in the morning. We slept in, and then I got on FaceTime with my mom, chatted with her for a bit. Then I had a work meeting that on Zoom. And that was only like 20 minutes, half an hour. So that was quick and easy. And then we just kind of vegged out for a while. And then we went out. There was a restaurant I wanted to go to for supper. And it's this huge buffet restaurant. And it's a Pennsylvania Dutch type of thing. I'm not sure if any of you are from anywhere in the Pennsylvania area. Anywhere near Lancaster, you probably have heard of Shady Maple. So we went there for dinner, free on your birthday. So as long as you have government issued identification, your birthday meal is free. So we had a really nice meal there, and then afterwards they have this huge gift store in the basement level. So we went and wandered around there. I found myself a pair of cute earrings that were on sale. So I bought myself a pair of earrings for my birthday, and hubby bought himself, he found a few things he liked. They always have a really nice selection of ties there. So every time we go to Shady Maple, he gets himself a new tie that he wears for work. So got himself a tie and a few other little things we picked up for ourselves. And then we just relaxed at the hotel in the evening. After breakfast this morning, we headed home. So it's been a nice weekend. Well, Saturday, 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and our weekend away is done. But it was a lot of fun. I had a really nice time. I'm hoping to go on Friday coming up. There's a coffee shop not too far from us. It's probably about a 20-minute drive from here. We have a few things to do in that general area, so what I want to do is go to this coffee shop, and they have these really nice handmade ceramic mugs, and I want to get one of those for myself. So we were joking around, my husband was saying, it's like, well, that's what I'll get you for your birthday, is you choose the mug and that's your birthday, that'll be your birthday present. And I'm like, perfect. Every time we go to that little coffee shop, I admire the mugs, and I keep thinking one of these days I'll buy one. Friday, I plan on getting one. Unless there's absolutely nothing in the decorations that appeals to me, I'll pass. But otherwise, I really am hoping to pick up one of those for my birthday present for myself when we go on Friday. So I think that's enough kind of waffling on about all kinds of nonsense. It's been a good week. My gums are healing up nicely. The last 3 stitches came out last night. After we got home, sitting at the hotel, after we got home, I was fiddling around, poking at it with my tongue, and one of them came out and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I kind of playing around with the other one. It's like, oh, there comes the second one. And so then I started playing with the last one, and the last 3 stitches came out. The other 3 had come out earlier in the week, but the last 3 came out yesterday. So it's feeling so much better now that all the stitches are out. It's still very sensitive to cold, so I have to be very careful. If I take a sip of a drink too quickly, and if I'm not careful, if it hits the teeth, it's very sensitive to cold. So I'm trying to be very cautious with that. That'll settle down over time. I know the teeth on this side were very sensitive to cold when I had that done, this side done last year, and a year later they feel not bad at all. So I know that this will over time be less and less sensitive. I just have to be very careful with it right now. So otherwise, that's it. A lot of good progress done on my shawl and a nice little cheeky cast on. So I had hoped to get down to 0 whips before I started a new one. Didn't quite make it, but I'm okay with that. But that's all I'm going to cast. I'm not starting anything new until one or the other or both of my current whips are done. So on that note, I better get going and get the editing done on this and getting it uploaded onto YouTube for you guys. Alrighty, take care everyone, and I will see you guys in a week. Bye.